How's it going, everybody? Starwin here with another GDQ submission. Today will be Lone Survivor Director's Cut. So Lone Survivor actually came out a while back in like 2012. It has a re-release called Super Lone Survivor, but this version is just a little faster. It's pretty much just about a dude stuck in an apartment building. And there's like a disease that took over like the world or something, and he's just trying to get out of the apartment, out of the city. And it's very gets compared to Silent Hill a lot, but this is like a 2D game. You stay on a 2D plane the entire time. You can only go left and right. So it's really interesting, and there's really cool tech with like dodging enemies, and there's like a sanity meet. There's sanity. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. But I'll just kind of explain it as we go along. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. I go to sleep. So the audio does enjoy desyncing in this PB, sadly. We play on normal. I think you play on easy on the other one, the other version, but that's fine. So that's just an intro tutorial segment, just, interacting with things. I think this is, a dream that the main character's having. I don't think the main character has any, he doesn't have like an actual name. But one thing that that kills me with this game, like in the art on the splits to the left, that's actually like he's wearing a mask, and because this is pixel art, it really does look like he's like just has a big grin on his face the entire time. These are I guess the boogans that would be chasing you, but they can't see. That they can hear. So you run too close to them, they'll turn around and start attacking you. Essentially, this is one of the main ways of dealing with enemies in the game. We will get like a gun later on, and sometimes we'll just be shooting them to move past them. But for the most part, we're just going to be sneaking. Basically in the beginning. This game has a lot of endings. Really, really crazy story. Honestly, it's really hard to explain. This is one of those games that when it came out back in the day, man, everybody should experience this game. It's so good. See, we even get to have like a little Silent Hill, like, get item sound. All right. Now we're going to explore the apartment. So like I said, there's sanity. There's a hunger meter. Well, I say meter. There's no HUD. You have to. Your character will actually say what they're feeling, and you have to, if you're playing casually, you really do need to go back and actually, rest and eat. Eating's like your health too. That's what gives you health. We picked up rotten meat in that room. When we put rotten meat on the ground, no matter where an enemy is at on screen, they're gonna walk towards it. That just allows us to bypass enemies without fighting. And like I said, for the most part in the beginning, we're not really going to kill any of the enemies. We're just going to sneak by them. I know it seems like it's just a black screen, but I am moving. Because your flashlight, that's another thing. Your flashlight that you have takes batteries. And if you run out of batteries, dude, it's tough. Man, it is tough. This game is actually really difficult. Grab our first healing item, some prawn crackers. We're just gonna wait for this guy to move. And sneak in right here. And he should start going the other way, and then we just immediately come out. And of course, sometimes they'll immediately hear you, and you'll get chased. But for the most part, that doesn't usually happen. All right, we made it to our friend. I guess her name is Chie. Oh look, everything's normal in here. We're just having a party. Oh, here's your doll, I guess, if you needed this. I'm gonna go outside now. Goodbye. Oh, she was already there. Oh, wait. Oops, everyone's actually dead. Sorry. So we actually come in here. We get the gun. Gonna skip the beef jerky that was on the ground. If you play your cards right, you really don't need a lot of healing items. It's when, the only big RNG in this game is usually just, like, how many shots it takes to kill an enemy, or, how do I explain this? There are some enemies that are weak to light, and we'll get, like, these flares. And when we put the flare on the ground, if enemies are nearby, they'll just, like, get stunned. But sometimes the flare's hitbox isn't that. It seems smaller than it usually is. Like, you think you're in the right spot, but you're not. So right there, I'm kind of panicking because I didn't pull out my gun. Alright, then we grabbed some scissors earlier, and we went through this closet. Now we cut a fleshy hole in the wall. Delicious. Honestly, like a modern equivalent of this game that's more... Well, I guess it's more of like a... like a helicopter view. Like a GTA 1, 2 kind of view. Heads up, heads down, whatever the hell they call it, I forget. Would be like, look outside. Alright, now we're gonna go into the basement. At least I think. I know we're trying to get to the basement. There's stuff in the basement that we need. This guy is in a very annoying spot. So we put that rotten meat down. Wait for this guy to move past. And zoom. Like I said earlier, like, you have sanity and all this other stuff that you have to worry about. You know, being tired. And casually, you do have to go back into your room and sleep because, guess what? You start, like, taking damage, more damage and stuff if you don't. Of course, we're not going to do that in the speedrun because why would you? Alright, now we're gonna meet... I can't remember what this character's name is. Just some random dude. He left us a can of soda, just kidding. Actually gave us the fire escape key, now we can keep moving through the apartment. Picking up all the handgun ammo that we can, because, man, we need it. Because there's really no other important weapons in the game. Like, it's like handgun and flares. That's really it. And then I guess the rotten meat. Flare and meat is your utility. Alright, basement. Basement's a spooky area. Mainly because it's so dark and we also get introduced into these newer enemies. And then right here, like, you know, light attracts enemies. We keep the flashlight off. Yeah, see that bad RNG. That guy took way too many hits. Got some flares finally. Flares just help you clear a screen way fast. Because sometimes literally just gonna be like, right here, like 3 people. And see, you have to like kind of right there. That third zombie dude didn't get hit by the flare. He had to actually walk into it. This is a very scary part. Just like hoping you get good RNG on killing those 2 guys. Handgun ammo. Stick our hand in a hole, because, you know, Silent Hill meme. Yeah, this game gets it's very dark. You just have to know, once you know the areas, like, you don't ever really need to turn on your flashlight. There's only a few times you need to turn on your flashlight. Like, if there's an item on the ground, the flashlight's not on, you can't pick it up. Alright, these big dudes are really frustrating. Because even after, like, you shoot them and they fall down, they still crawl on the ground. And they still can hit you. And that's the other thing, like, when those things are on the ground, like, sometimes you can't even walk past them. Like, because they're still blocking you. We're on a 2D plane. There's no 3D plane, so that can happen. Ah, see, just wanting this big dude to be close. And these guys, they won't go down by walking into it. Yeah, see, I took 2 hits there trying to walk through that guy. Drink soda. Soda's like full heal. Thing on the ground right there, but can't pick it up because I don't have my flashlight on. Oh boy, now we're coming to the fun part. So those mirrors are really cool. Those are like, they teleport you back to your room. That's how you can save, and you can like use them to actually go back to where you were. So right here, we're actually, everything that we've been doing in the basement, we've been trying to turn on an elevator. Oh yeah, cutscene time. AKA donation time. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool mechanics in this game. Like, there's a cat doll that you can pick up, and every time you, like, look at it, like, your sanity will go down, but that also will change, like, what kind of ending you get. Alright. Fuse, gas. Turn on the generator. Alrighty. Now we can use the elevator. My stomach's growling. Yeah, see, hunger. And this is one of the first, like, really scary parts of the game. It's like, I need to run. Because there was a big boogin in the elevator, and we just released it. So essentially, we're having to, like, backtrack to everything that we were doing, what we had just walked through. So you can only imagine if, like, you had to deal with enemies. And you can see him on the screen. That thing's creepy, man. Final boss of this game is creepy. Yeah, that thing does damage too. That's one of the main, like, when you're going through these like hallways and stuff, and I'm having to like go into like a door or something. It's really important to remember what direction you're supposed to hold. Because you don't want to give this guy any chance to catch up with you. Because he hurts. It's like one hit puts you into like danger. That was like a fake zombie jump scare. It's like you're being chased, and it's like, oh no, a boogin. How will I outrun the man? Alright. Chasing sequence is done. And we're done with the apartment already. We finally actually made it outside. I don't know how long that guy has been inside the apartment, but apparently it's been for a little bit. Picked up a fire escape key that can let us go back up to our room. Unfortunately, yes. There are boogans out here. There's a lot of boogans out here, and it's really frustrating to deal with. We have a lot of handgun ammo, and we're going to still pick up more later. Handgun is, like I said, one of the main weapons in this game. Alright, another little cutscene. Guy is literally going crazy at the same time. This game is such a psychological wonderland. You know, the speedrun... like I said, it's a lot like running a Silent Hill game. But for the most part, like story-wise and everything, it's also like a Silent Hill game. It's a very, very entertaining playthrough. So I highly suggest people play this game before watching a run of it. But even then, even if you watch a run of this game, like, things can just change. Because there's like 4 endings or something. There's white ending, blue ending, I can't remember what else, like green, I think red. Health tonic, you know, more Silent Hill nods. More ammo. Now we gotta go down to this next street. Going down the streets like this kind of reminds me of Mario's Missing, which is also a horror game. Alright, still abusing the rotten meat strat to get past some guys, save some ammo. Thankfully we're able to... Sometimes you can get bad RNG, like with this guy. That's so lucky. Like, he can block you if he decides to start, like, turning around and moving the other way. I'm not wanting to waste my ammo right here. Because I am sort of ammo counting in my head. Come on, man. Just turn the other way. Just turn the other way. Alright, it's fine. And this dude over here should be... Yep, he's already done munching. Yeah, I decided to fight him. That's another thing. You just saw it right there. These guys on the outsides can just spew blood. And if that animation actually starts up, there's not much you can do about it. You're just gonna take the hit. Ooh. Immediately into danger. More health tonics. Got 2 health tonics now. Essentially, we're gathering some items. I think we're gathering 3 items to be able to get through this, like, crashed bus. And once we get through that, then it's the final boss. Casually, this game can be a nightmare. But for a speedrun, it's fairly quick. Another health tonic. You can get really lost in this game. That's for sure. You can go ahead and get this guy on the ground. Of course, he's still moving because he's a jerk. Why you turn around? It's so obnoxious. At least he went back the other way really quick. Sometimes that doesn't happen, though. Alright, car battery. Do the same thing, get past this dude. Of course, he doesn't want to move. He just wants to chill there. And I think we're going to take some hits right here. No, good RNG. Good RNG on the grounded enemy. Like I said earlier, fast traveling back to our apartment using those mirrors. That's why we picked up the fire escape key earlier, because we actually gathered everything that we needed. And instead of having to backtrack all the way back where we were, we can just fast travel to our apartment and then use the fire escape key to get outside the apartment immediately. Alright, now we're in a grocery store. It's Super Flat World. Oh, there's a cool game. Ah, it's the white face man. Hello. Okay, bye. Get our health back. And we are actually heading to the final boss. And by final boss, I mean technically the first boss. The first boss we thought was more of a running away segment. But this isn't. This next one is an actual for the entity we have to fight. Handgun, another tonic. We're honestly sitting pretty well on everything. Here's that bus. That's blocking the way. All of that just to get the bus door to open. Alright. We're on the final boss. I'm gonna let this... Actually, I'll turn up the volume. Well, no, the volume's already turned up all the way. Listen to this. Listen to this scream, man. On this boss. This boss is terrifying. Really? I'm gonna have an Amber Alert while I'm doing a recording. That's funny. It's never my town. Alright, so the boss, we just kind of shoot and dodge, shoot and dodge, shoot and dodge. You see we're able to stun lock it a little bit. It doesn't matter where you shoot. That's all that really matters, is walking past it when it's about to attack you, because that attack will brutalize you. And that's actually the fight you kind of, well, there's the fight. You want the boss to die closer to the right side of the screen so they'll open the gate quicker. Director is a NPC that we'd actually run into in the apartment if we actually looked for him. It looks like he got killed. Looks like he got shot. The end of the journey. We... almost done. Almost done. So we get teleported back to our house after beating the final boss. As I foolishly go into those alcoves for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Cat friend. All right, now we're in this hospital. Essentially, we just have to... Yeah, see, he gets a... He looks at a clipboard and he goes, why am I a patient here? That makes no sense. This game is pretty deep, man. It's very impressive for an indie game back in the day. Again, it's very psychological. So, like I said, it's 2D Silent Hill. It's a 2D Silent Hill. That's what this is. Take the pill, and this is technically considered the blue ending. And now we just mash through a couple of more text boxes. And that's it. That's the run. Very short, very sweet. Just getting through enemies as quickly as possible, and then try not to die against the final boss. That's like your main prio, and, you know, reacting to the RNG. It's survival horror. This game is a survival horror game. It's like a 2D Silent Hill, like I've been saying. It's, man. Back in the day, this game was awesome. And it's still awesome. I mean, it was so awesome it got a re-release like 2 years ago called Super Lone Survivor. And there are changes in that game. It's very similar to this one, but there are changes that, like endings and whatnot, that get added and stuff. But again, we do this one because there are some changes in the new game compared to this one. So this one is still technically faster by a little bit. So, but all right, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary of the run. Hope you enjoyed the run. And hope you guys take this in consideration for the marathon. Of course, horror block, perfect horror block game. So, have a good one, and I'll see you all in the next one.